responders are raising concerns about the CDC's framework that doesn't put them in the front of the line for the COVID-19 vaccine. Our Pafua Yang spoke with the Brooklyn Park Fire Chief about the concerns and the role firefighters play in responding to medical calls.
Minnesota first responders believe they should be among the first in line to receive COVID-19 vaccinations, saying they're providing care to patients before arriving to hospitals.
Many people think when they see a fire truck driving down the street with their lights and sirens activated that they're going to a house fire, some other fire-related emergency. The fact of the matter is many fire departments respond to medical calls, and it's not uncommon that 70 to 80% of calls that you see a fire truck driving down the street to is actually a medical call.
This week, the CDC approved recommendations made by a panel of scientific experts for the first round of vaccinations. The CDC put frontline healthcare workers and nursing home residents in the first priority group. In a letter to Governor Walsh, the Minnesota State Fire Chiefs Association is asking to move first responders into the top priority category. The letter states that so far, 20% of fire departments across the state have had COVID-19 outbreaks. However, Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm says Minnesota is required to follow the CDC's framework, which puts first responders in the second priority category.
Our first responders are on that front line, and a lot of organizations don't have a huge bench on staffing. So as I look at the statewide map of impact to fire departments, the number of fire departments continues to increase that are having outbreaks within their own ranks.
Chief Cunningham says waiting until the second wave could mean a delay of weeks or months. After the firefighters made the request to be moved into the first priority category, state health leaders say there will not be enough initial doses to vaccinate everyone eligible for the first round, and that's what makes the first round of vaccinations so difficult and critical. Governor Tim Walz is expected to release more information on the distribution next week. Reporting in Brooklyn Park, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
The city of Brooklyn Park will hire an outside research firm to conduct a review of the city's police department. The outside review is one of the recommended steps by the city's Human Rights Commission to evaluate possible race equity issues in policing. This week, the Brooklyn Park City Council approved the hiring of St. Paul-based Wilder Research. The firm will seek to identify areas where Brooklyn Park police are doing well and areas in possible need of improvement. The police reform effort came together after the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police last May. Brooklyn Park is one of the most diverse cities in all of Minnesota, with more than half being people of color. One of the most popular places to get outdoors can be found in Maple Grove. As Delane Cleveland reports, city officials say it's currently the only place in the state for outdoor ice skating.
Winter hasn't quite arrived yet in Minnesota, but when you have a refrigerated ice loop that's 810 feet long.
I like how it's always nice and soft and there's a lot of big area to skate.
It's no surprise that people looking for ways to entertain themselves outside.
The draw for me is that it is currently the only ice surface that is available in the state.
Are getting at least one winter activity started a little early this year.
The way the world is these days, they were looking for things to do, so this is nice that we're up and running.
Maple Grove Central Park skating loop officially opened for the season right after Thanksgiving. With indoor rinks closed due to government restrictions and most outdoor rinks closed because it's not cold enough yet, seeing this place open has been refreshing. Both for kids doing distance learning who want to reunite with their friends.
We don't get to see each other that much.
And for people who consider ice skating as a passion.
Usually I coach figure skating 6-7 days a week, and so not being able to skate with the paws, this is definitely a go-to.
But city officials don't want it to be too much of a go-to for the sake of trying to maintain social distancing guidelines. Prior to the pandemic, there were times when the skating loop would be jam-packed. In a normal year, the Maple Grove skating loop would get roughly 20,000 visitors, but they're planning to limit that this year to help prevent the spread of COVID-19.
A lot of people relied on our rental skates, So without having those, your person that doesn't normally skate is not going to run out and buy skates just to go skating once on the loop.
Aside from making rental skates unavailable, Maple Grove has also closed the concession stand and the warming house until the state says they can reopen. They're also hoping to limit the number of skaters on the ice at one time to 70.
There's 810 feet of trail, so that can space people out, and people have been good about keeping their distance.
The plan is to add staff if they need to regulate the numbers of skaters on the ice, but they'll cross that bridge when they get there. For now, skaters are just happy to have the loop open.
We get to go out and we get to be in nature.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A Golden Valley brewery impacted by COVID-19 business restrictions is still trying to make the holiday season bright for others. Under Pressure Brewing is collecting toys and other items of need for Prism, which serves several cities in the northwest suburbs. Items of need include sports equipment, games and puzzles, Legos and building sets, video games, and other gifts children and young teens would enjoy. A complete list can be found on the brewery's Facebook page. Under Pressure and other tap rooms, as well as restaurants and bars, are closed to indoor customers through at least December 18th and are relying on takeout sales to get by. Under Pressure is located near Highway 55 and Boone in Golden Valley.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
It's time for our 2020 CCX All-Area Volleyball team, and we'll get it cracking with the big hitters. Maple Grove's number 15, Skyler Gray, finished a great career with 205 kills this fall, tying for fourth best in the state. The senior outside hitter is versatile too, contributing 141 digs and 26 ace serves. Gray is all Northwest Suburban Conference and will play next year for the Gophers.
Wow.
Wyzetta's number 13, Olivia Swenson, is a force for her young squad. The 6'3 freshman hammered a team-high 152 kills, earning all late conference honors for the undefeated Trojans.
Uses a tip shot, and there's set point.
Armstrong senior number 13, Libby Madela, led the Falcons with 165 kills. She also led the team in serve receptions and was second in digs and aces. Madela was team MVP and will play collegiately at the University of St. Thomas. Maple Grove middle blocker number 23, Kara Sear, is a force at the net and from the service line.
Sear with an ace.
The junior led the Crimson with 58 total blocks, second in the state, and 43 aces to go along with 72 kills. Sear is all Northwest Suburban Conference for 2020.
Ruskowitz gets blocked, back-to-back blocks for Kara Sear.
Armstrong's number 16, Kaya Durant, is an imposing hitter. The 6-foot senior cracked 145 kills and led the Falcons in blocks.
And there's Durant up for the block for the Falcons.
She's all conference and will play next year at Minnesota State Mankato. Breck senior number 3, Riley Walsh, is a versatile athlete. Walsh led the team with 77 kills as the Mustangs posted an 11-0 record, losing only 2 sets all season. Walsh's teammate number 1, Sydney McDaniel, is also a strong player. McDaniels' club coach calls her an explosive attacker and a great teammate. The sophomore hammered 76 kills for the undefeated Mustangs. Benilde St. Margaret's number 10, Lily Eigner, is a talented young hitter. The sophomore is a 6-rotation player and developed into the Red Knights' offensive leader late in the season. Eigner led her team with 95 kills. Pacing the Wyzetta offense is number 10, Stella Swenson. The highly efficient freshman setter totals 439 set assists for the season, tying for fourth in the state. She also had the match-clinching kill to secure Wyzetta's 13-0 season. Stella is all late conference. Champlain Park Junior number 2, Allison Kopp, also racks up 439 set assists this fall for the 10-3 Rebels. Kopp's touch is a big reason 4 CP players got at least 70 kills. She was also second on the team in digs and had 19 aces. Maple Grove setter number 20, Megan Liu, is the conduit for the Crimson offense. Spreading the ball around for MG hitters, Liu racked up 433 set assists. The senior also had 103 digs, 15 aces, and 22 blocks. Lou will play college volleyball at Grand Canyon University. Armstrong's number 14, Riley Fry, kept the Falcons' offense humming with 334 set assists. She also led the team in aces and digs and was second team all-conference. Our liberos are led by Champlin Park Jr. number 3, Kylie Stremmel, and her 202 digs, tying for 13th in the state. Stremmel is also tops for the Rebels with 24 aces and 285 serve receives. She's all Northwest Suburban Conference. Wayzata Jr. number 4, Ella Vogel, is a thorn in the side of opposing hitters, recording 197 digs.
Vogel with a great layout there.
She's all Lake Conference. It's a great group, the 2020 CCX All-Area Volleyball team.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.